The practice of the National Socialist Council of Nagaland Isak Muiva, Nscn-Im, in levying unauthorized taxes and mandating travel permits on national highways in Manipur has once again emerged as a critical issue, public discourse. This report comprehensively examines the background, implications, stakeholder responses, and potential solutions to this persistent challenge, drawing from documented media coverage and social media insights. Background: Nscn-Im'S influence in Manipur. Nscn-Im, formed in 1980, is one of the most influential insurgent outfits operating in northeast India. Although the group signed a ceasefire agreement with the government of India in 1997, its presence in Naga-inhabited regions remains pervasive. One of its more controversial and illegal activities is the collection of what it terms as taxes from ordinary citizens, transporters, and traders, particularly along national highways, NH-37 Imphal-Jiribam and NH-2 Imphal-Dimapur. These unauthorized levies, including demands for so-called work permits and travel licenses, are considered by the state and the public as systematic extortion. The activity compromises the state's authority, disrupts trade, restricts citizen movement, and endangers law and order in the region. Latest developments. In July 2025. In the last week of July 2025, a series of viral social media posts reignited public attention on Nscn-Im's parallel taxation. One post claimed that truck drivers on NH-37 were being forced to purchase a card issued by the insurgent group's Ministry of Home Affairs, referred to as Kilo. This card supposedly granted drivers the permission to use the highway, a public infrastructure owned and managed by the Indian government. Another revelation from the same source detailed the rates demanded by Nscn-Im. Six-wheeled trucks were allegedly taxed Q8, 0 per year, while larger trucks, 10 to 16 wheels, were charged between 15, 0 and core 20, 0 annually. These figures suggest a sophisticated and structured form of extortion. On July 31, another social media user called on law enforcement to act swiftly, branding the activities as an extortion racket. The outrage also sparked concern about the broader pattern of the insurgent group functioning as a de facto parallel government in Naga-dominated hill regions. These claims align with earlier observations. In February 2021, Manipur's Chief Minister N. Biren Singh acknowledged the illegal collection of Gunda tax and life tax on NH-37 and committed to deploying police commandos at key points. However, the recurrence of the same issue in 2025 indicates either insufficient enforcement or systemic incapacity to challenge insurgent control in certain regions. Consequences for the state and its people. The implications of this parallel taxation system are wide-ranging and serious. 1. Economic pressure. The extortion taxes inflate the operational costs for transporters. Given Manipur's dependence on imported goods via highways, these costs inevitably trickle down to consumers, raising the prices of essential commodities. 2. Infringement of free movement. By forcing drivers to acquire illegal licenses, Nscn-Im is effectively curbing the constitutional right of free movement. National highways, meant to enable interstate and intrastate mobility, are being treated as private territory by a non-state actor. 3. Security vacuum. That a militant group can impose such regulations openly reveals lapses in law enforcement and governance. It underscores the lack of control the state has over its own territory in Naga-dominated hill areas. 4. Ethnic polarization. Manipur is a state defined by its multi-ethnic composition, primarily Meiteis in the valley, Kukus in the southern hills, and Nagas in the northern hills. Nscn-Im's influence is concentrated in Naga areas, but the tax collection affects all ethnic groups using the highways. This deepens mistrust and may contribute to communal friction. 5. Hindrance to development. As of October 2024, the Indian government approved over 50 national highway projects, totaling more than 10 kilometers across Manipur. However, extortion and instability deter contractors and delay projects. Without secure routes, infrastructural investment is significantly compromised. State and central responses. Progress and pitfalls. State-level efforts. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has periodically acknowledged the issue, promising interventions like highway security deployment and the use of commandos at critical choke points. While infrastructure development has been prioritized often in collaboration with the Union Minister of Road Transport, the failure to curb Nscn-Im'S activities has diminished public confidence. Central oversight and constraints. The Ministry of Home Affairs has been alerted on multiple occasions, particularly by social media users tagging official handles. However, Nscn-Im'S ceasefire agreement complicates enforcement. The terms of the ceasefire and the group's ongoing talks with the central government limit aggressive crackdowns, as such actions may derail peace negotiations. Security forces. Central armed forces like the CRPF and Assam Rifles are deployed across the state to maintain law and order. However, ambiguity about jurisdiction and the political sensitivity surrounding insurgent groups make coordinated and decisive action difficult. Legal and structural violations. National highways in India are governed by the National Highways Authority of India, NHAI. Toll charges are strictly regulated under central laws, with provisions for standard toll rates based on vehicle type, road features, and route length. Moreover, driving licenses and transport permits are issued only by the regional transport offices under the Motor Vehicles Act of 1988. There is no provision for a second tier of licensing by private or non-governmental entities. Any attempt to do so is illegal. In contrast to these regulated systems, Nscn-Im'S taxation lacks transparency, legal authority, and accountability. The imposition of arbitrary, unlegislated taxes on citizens is not only a violation of Indian law, but also a direct challenge to national sovereignty. The role of social media and civil pressure. Public outrage has grown louder thanks to social media platforms, especially X, where citizens have been posting screenshots, photos, and complaints related to Nscn-Im'S alleged extortion network. Social media posts also reveal increasing ethnic anxiety. One user questioned whether the Meitei majority in the valley would continue to remain silent while a Naga insurgent group imposes its will on national highways. This not only reflects the seriousness of the situation, but also warns of potential flashpoints in inter-community relations. However, while social media serves as a powerful tool for mobilizing public opinion, it also has limitations. Not all posts can be independently verified, and misinformation can further destabilize the fragile socio-political environment in Manipur. Nonetheless, the credibility of many allegations is reinforced by recurring patterns and visual documentation, root causes, and possible remedies. 1. Reassessment of ceasefire terms. The existing ceasefire agreement gives Nscn-Im room to operate under loosely defined boundaries. A reassessment of the ceasefire is essential either to tighten regulations or to establish clearer accountability mechanisms. 2. Unified command structure. A joint task force comprising state police, central armed forces, and military intelligence could better monitor and secure critical highway stretches. 3. Sustainable economic alternatives. The Nscn-Im, like many insurgent outfits, depends on extortion for funding. State-led economic development programs in Naga areas like job creation, skill development, and resource sharing can undermine the group's influence. 4. Community-based peacebuilding. Inter-ethnic dialogue involving Naga, Kuki, and Meitei civil society groups is crucial. If communities unite in opposition to illegal taxation, the insurgent group's legitimacy could erode. 5. Stronger surveillance and reporting. Technologies such as drone surveillance, vehicle tracking systems, and hidden cameras should be used along highways to document extortion practices. Additionally, a hotline for transporters to report such incidents in real time could help security forces respond faster. Conclusion: the Nscn-Im'S unauthorized taxation regime on Manipur's highways is a symptom of a deeper crisis, one that involves overlapping challenges of insurgency, ethnic politics, and institutional paralysis. While the central and state governments have recognized the problem, effective intervention has remained elusive. Manipur's citizens, especially those in the transport sector, continue to bear the brunt of a taxation system that has no basis in law and no regard for democratic accountability. The state's fragile peace is being tested not only by communal conflict, but also by a militant group operating beyond its agreed limits. The future of Manipur's security and prosperity depends on confronting this issue decisively. with coordinated efforts from law enforcement, policymakers, and civil society. Without this, national highways designed to connect and empower will continue to serve as sites of coercion and control by non-state actors. Disclaimer from Zalangam Media. This report is based on publicly available media articles, archived government statements, and user-generated social media content, particularly from the platform X. While all efforts have been made to ensure accuracy and objectivity, some social media claims have not been independently verified and should be interpreted with caution. Zalangam Media aims to amplify underrepresented narratives and uphold factual integrity in conflict reporting. Thank you for watching. Please do share and subscribe to our channel Zalangam Media.